Welcome back to Beyond an Diamond podcast. It's the dog days of spring. We're halfway through it,
This auto sim to
right? This is
this
where you
auto sim.
Yeah,
Auto
you
sim.
play some spring games
Look,
to just kind of fuck around. And,
You either have or
let's-
you don't. This is auto sim. Welcome to the Friday live show.
Hey, where's Brian?
We'll touch on that here and once we get some people in. But yeah, the live show, we are 9 days away from opening day.
Shit, really?
Yeah. Excuse me, 13 days.
Okay, I was about.
Yesterday was
that
just
felt
the
really,
2 week.
that felt really.
People know.
Good
People
jump.
people have said I'm really good at math.
Who's in chat? Who's in chat?
2 weeks out. Now we're just kind of getting everyone dialed in. Altuve's grinding 9 innings out in left field.
He sure is.
He's getting all his innings in. I
Wanna
think
work
he's your
it.
opening day left fielder. I think we're gonna be. We could talk about the. I thought the fly ball to left field that he just mistimed the jump. He actually played very well, and like
It's not-
he just
apparently it was crazy windy. Like
well.
it's spring. Like
Spencer's reaction off the bat was like it was gone.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and he got to the moment,
I-
got to the wall, had a play on it, just jumped early. I mean, and people were like, the experiment's not going well.
I
I'm like,
know.
well, fuck
I said
you,
said
man.
this like weeks ago when we were first talking about this. The few misplays he has in left field are going to be so amplified on social
Oh my
media.
god.
But what you're not going to see is all the
Everyday
line
plays.
drives hit the second base that he missed, but that a new second baseman's going to get to. And all that's going to make such a way bigger difference than the occasional error in left field.
Go back to the very last game that eliminated the Astros. 1 out, runner on first, a ball that slides away from the second baseman, but every second baseman makes the play, gets the out, or keeps in the infield. He didn't. First and third, 1 out, spirals. Detroit comes all the way back, puts up a crooked number, and you're sitting on the couch in October. That ball didn't get hit to left field. Like,
Yeah. There's so many more balls at the second base.
I am perfectly okay with him in left. It's gonna be some misplayed balls. There's gonna be some plays he makes, and you know what? He's gonna hit 25 home runs. He's gonna have an OPS north of 750.
Yeah,
and we're gonna be just fine.
Yeah,
and you know what? Spencer struck 2 guys out and got out of it. Spencer Arringhetti is gonna make me look like a freaking genius because not only, and you know what? We got to pull the clip because we talked about the soft contact and the arsenal that he was bringing with his off speed. Oh, and we said, hey, you know, there's one person to talk to in the rotation. That'd be Hunter Brown, who was like singled to death by soft contact for almost a year and a half. And what did Hunter Brown do? Here's a sinker. What is Spencer Arringhetti doing? He just introduced it. Chandler Rome, great article on The Athletic, introducing the sinker. We didn't get to see it yesterday because
is that the pitch that
I don't
we've
think
seen
so.
from him?
I mean,
or is there another one?
I think there may be. There's another.
There's
another.
a second pitch.
Sir Spencer Arringhetti has a second pitch. Yeah, so we didn't get to see it because the Nationals, was it the Nationals? Stacked 7 lefties against him.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see the 2-seam sink. But yeah, Spencer Arringhetti is going to make me look like a genius. Hunter Brown is going to win the Cy Young. And the party's never going to stop. It's the end of days of Rome, and we're going to keep partying until, you know, it burns down. So what I do think going forward is there needs to be the bullpen sharpened. There needs to be someone to step up to eat that 7th, 8th innings or 6th and 7th innings because Forrest Whitley's just cursed. Forrest Whitley with the hospital he was born at was on a curse ground because I don't get it. Just when you think it's gonna happen, he has a setback, a bone bruise. He shut down for a few days, no throw. Last time we heard
Where did he get a bone bruise from?
Bone bruise was Kyle Tucker, who had a fracture in his leg and missed 7 months.
Like when did this happen?
Yeah, it was against the Yankees, I guess. I don't know.
Did he get hit by his
no, he struck everyone out.
I'm confused.
He was just landing.
Nobody said when it's happened.
Yeah.
Usually a bone bruise happens from like trauma, like a blunt force trauma, ball or something.
What we don't need is him to like overreact, and then he's like, I'm going to stack 50 pounds on me because I need to be bulked up.
Yeah.
And then it just seems like it's just it's just cursed. It's a cursed op.
We'll put $100 for Hunter Brown Cy Young.
We actually have this content idea that we're doing. We'll be placing our Hunter Brown winning Cy Young bet in a state where you can do that. So
yeah,
we'll leave it at that. But I am all in Hunter Brown plus 2,500.
I also think if Spencer and Hunter are lighting it up, Framber will get traded at the deadline. We talked a little bit about that.
I just want to know if it's on the board. I just need to know it's a scenario. But look, I'm so bullish. Is this Stockholm syndrome? I want everyone to kind of give you. I think this starting rotation. And last year there was a bunch of lumps and a bunch of hard learning curves, and I think is going to pay dividends for the 2025 season because no one expected Spencer Getty to throw that many innings he did last year. No one expected Hunter Brown to develop a new pitch and become a budding ace. No one expected Ronald Blanco to be Ronald Blanco except Dana Brown. Framber's going to be Framber. You're getting these guys coming back from injury. Trial by fire, trial by combat. 2025 pitching staff is going to be really freaking good. Now you just need the offense to hang a crooked number every once in a while, and I don't know, 92 wins.
Look at you.
92
what
wins.
What is happening? All right.
I'm just so bullish. I mean, knock on wood, injuries be damned.
Do you think, injuries aside, health aside, do you think by the end of the season, the Astros starting rotation is better than the Mariners starting rotation?
No. But I will say that by the end of this season, this pitching staff has the potential to be in the neighborhood of the rotations you talked about in 22, the rotations you talked about in 19, the rotation in 18. I think the sum of all parts could be greater than one individual.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
And
except for that one individual that's winning Cy Young.
Correct. Plus 4,500.
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen is that it almost feels like when I'm not even a basketball fan, but with like the Rockets, there's like all the Rockets fans are like, there's no shooter, right? There's no guy to take over.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, you have 5 guys that are just dogs that can get you and win you games. So it just kind of feels like that's what the staff is. It's 5 dogs that are going to hell or high water get their stats 1, but 2 get you a dub. And I don't know. I still think the Astros name carries a lot of weight, especially in October. And 92 wins.
Okay. What were you just a week and a half ago?
88. I've gained 5 wins.
Spring will do that to you.
Yeah. I've gained 5 wins in the last week.
I think I've been kind of hovering around 90 and sticking around that. I've been very optimistic in the past, and then it's starting to get to me. I am really feeling the same thing, that the starting rotation is going to be top 5 in the AL.
Wow.
I mean, what other rotations? I mean, you would argue the Yankees, and then now Cole is down, and who knows what Stroman's doing?
Yeah.
There's some really good rotations in the NL, but I think AL wise, they're gonna have a top 5 rotation in the AL. And then you just need. I mean, we've talked about it. The Astros might have 4 or 5 guys over 25 home runs. So I think they're a way more balanced team than they have been in the past. It's not one or the other. I like it.
So I think if you weighted the rotation just on the American League side, right? Mariners. Let's get out of the way. Say the line. Mariners are a problem. There you go. There's your clip. The Mariners starting staff is clear number 1.
Yeah.
But let's just look at the top 3 pitchers, right? I would then say the number 2 staff is going to be Detroit, Skubal, Flaherty, and then whoever Hinch uses in the third spot.
Yeah,
it'll just be chaos.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the Astros with Framber, Hunter, Spencer, or Framber, Hunter, Blanco, or Framber, Hunter, Lance.
I would put the Astros 2.
No, Detroit's 1-2 is better than our 1-2 right now.
I don't believe
Skubal is better than Framber. Skubal is better than Hunter.
Sure.
Flaherty is better,
I don't think Flaherty's better than
but I think how much better Scooble is that delta.
maybe.
Flair
But
plus
you
Flaherty.
think Hunter's going to win Cy Young over Scooble?
Well, yeah, he has to because I'm gonna have $1,000 bet on
like
him.
how much of a gap do you think that is?
I think I'm gonna crowdsource $1,000 plus 2400. Plus
I don't know
400.
the legality in that whole area, but I'm down. Who has the next parade? Rockets, Texans, or Astros? Astros.
Ooh, that's a good question, Chandler. Who has the next parade? Rockets, Texans.
It's either
It's
Astros. It's either Astros or Texans.
Astros.
Probably Astros. I think the NFL is a little more open,
Yeah, it's just
but yeah, I don't know what the Texans team looks like next year. Hopefully they look good, but they're still making moves and they got to take that next step. Rockets, I think.
Rockets are close.
I think Rockets are a really good team. I don't know how they're gonna like. I'll have to see them go deep in the playoffs before I believe that they can go deep in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
I feel like the Rockets aren't a championship team yet, but they're a tough out for a championship team. They're just like
I think you can see them going to the the conference finals,
Western Conference Finals,
and like taking a team to Game 6.
Yeah, they'll take them. They'll take a team 6 or 7. You'll be like, damn, that team was a tough out.
Yeah. Praise will hit 40 bombs. Just watch. I'm all about that. I think Brady's going to hit at least 35. I think I said 35.
Paredes hits 35 tanks this year.
Dude, I think he's going to go on just a tear in the summer at a homestand and hit like 7 on a homestand or something and just take a big jump. 102 win Astros beat the 104 Dodgers in a Game 6 of the World Series.
I mean, I have a take. And I know the Dodgers have an all-world team, literally. Their path to a World Series could very well be like San Diego, then the Mets again, San Diego, then the Braves, then the Mets, then the Braves, or the Mets. Like, and if those teams take them to 6 or 7, they could be pretty damn tired by that time that Fall Classic rolls around. Saying that, they're probably still the clear overwhelming favorite.
Yeah.
But I think there's a path for an AL team to dethrone them over the next decade, just because if you look at the top, I mean, we didn't mention Philly. Philly's in an all-in year. Those contracts are aging.
Got shit. Who did they just get? No, they just get a pitcher.
Who? Phillies?
Yeah.
Phillies have. I mean, the Phillies are in must-win now. You know, like because that window is closing way quicker than the Astros window. And 22 still lingers. The outs from all the other shit. The Phillies now got to win, and they're in one. I think they are in the toughest division in baseball, with the Mets and Braves being so dang good. So I think there's a path. For the Dodgers to stumble not before the Fall Classic, but innings add up in November, in October. In other news, I can't hit for shit, and MLB The Show. I need to buy that tonight. I forgot.
Is it out?
It's out. It dropped. Early access dropped last night at 11.
Oh shit! I'm actually really excited for this.
Yeah, 102 gigabytes. Not excited for that.
Fucking damn it. I've been playing the heck out of a Bitball. You know that Bitball game?
Dude,
it's fun.
Sorry, I'm serving overseas and fighting. I'm in hell let loose.
Bitball's on my phone, so it's actually something I can play when I have time. Bregman an all-star this year.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for sure.
I think Brady's gonna rake in Fenway.
Phillies paid to open the window while the Astros built an open window. Yeah. I guess
the Philly. It
was Luzardo that the Phillies got. I think it was a sneaky good get.
What?
Jesus Luzardo.
When did they get Luzardo?
They traded for this in December.
That's a sneaky good pickup.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Luzardo's filthy.
I think he's going to thrive over there. Besides Jordan, who do y'all think will lead the Astros in home runs? Well, yeah, besides Jordan, it's going to be Paredes.
It has to be.
I think Jordan, Paredes, and Diaz all hit over 30. Walker is close, 29-ish. Tuve's in the low 20s. And many else am I forgetting?
Golly.
I think Chas McCormick has 20 home runs.
I mean, if the Astros want to go where they want to be, then yeah, Walker and Paredes got to be north of 30.
What'd you say a couple weeks ago? You said you give me a line of 61 between
61 between the two.
I think that's a healthy line. I think it's over.
61 and a half, I
think it's
believe.
going to be like 62, 63 between them.
61 and a half over under Paredes Walker home runs.
Would you take Bregman over Tuck? Oh, what?
Oh, just that's for a clip for you.
61 and a half over.
Mm.
I think Paredes is like 33 to 35, and I think Walker's at like 29.
Okay. We'll take that.
Would you take Bregman over Tucker in fantasy? I would take Bregman over Tucker. I think Bregman hits a lot of doubles and home runs this year. I think Tucker has a good year, but yeah, Jordan and Isak. Yeah, Isak's going to hit. I'm saying 35. I think he has one of the best years of his career. Which he hit like 32 one year, 31 or 32 one season. So he's going to a smaller park for his pool swing. Like I think, it's so obvious and everybody's talking about it, but like I think it's still understated how many home runs I think he's going to hit in the Crawford boxes. Even just sneaky ones. He's just going to pull a little off the end of the bat.
No, that's fair.
318-foot tanks.
No, that's fair. Okay, so the real discussion continued once again is the shift in, hey, Cam Smith, you're going to go play right field.
Mm-hmm.
Are they tipping their hand? Are they saying, go get it, the spot's open? Or is it getting him accustomed and less green for the whole season? Because if your plan is for Cam Smith to be the guy if he comes up this year and he stays up, that's how it should formulate. But if they go through the regular progression of, hey, you're going to Corpus to Sugarland, or you're going to start in Sugarland, wherever it is, getting him all this run in right field seems prudent. But if he's your guy for 2026, are you shifting Paredes to second? Paredes is still here for 2 more years after this year.
Mm-hmm.
So is it, hey, Cam, go play right? Or, hey, Cam, I think you're third? Or, you know what I mean? It feels like you're in this stuck between a rock and a hard place, but you're placing the rock in the hard place.
Yeah, well, I think Dana and especially Joe value versatility. So I think it's going to be a merry-go-round of like he starts, 35 games in right, 45 games at third. He kind of shuffles around a few at DH. I think this season more than any other season, which we've had, what was there that one season with Dusty where it was like 125 different lineups out of 162 games. I think outside of, your guys that have their position, like Walker at first, Pena at short. That's pretty much it. Walker at first, Pena at short. Every single other person in the lineup, I think, is going to play at least 2 positions. I think Yiner will get some starts at first and catcher. Altuve will be left field, second base. Chaz and Myers will play all 3 outfield positions at some point, I'm sure. Paredes is going to play third and a little bit of second. Everybody's going to be moving around throughout the season outside of Pena and Walker. Those are the only 2 that are like, that's your position. So I think it's going to be a big year of just adjustments. And it's also like, who's the hot hand? Who's the hot bat? All right, Cam, if you're struggling, like you're going to ride the bench for a bit or get sent back down. Or if you're hot, we'll work you into lineup. Your right field one game, your third base the next game, depending on who we're facing.
Yeah, I do think. I mean, and I also don't think it's a Dana thing. I think it's an organizational thing, and maybe it's just baseball on hold. It's like, hey, we're gonna cross train all these guys. I think Click did it. I think Lunau did it. But you could see like, hey, we're gonna get these guys be athletes, and we're just let the athletes be the athlete, and whoever rises to the top does.
So optimizing, the roster spot.
Yeah, and I think you kind of weaponize and put the guys in the right spot, right? Like, obviously, you have the matchups. Obviously, you have, hey, this guy has a B8, batted ball in play against sinkers, this X amount, or this guy facing Justin Verlander has success, or this guy has success versus. You have all those metrics too, but then you can just be like, hey, just go be an athlete, just go play, and don't think. And I think that's what kind of the switch for Altuve as well. Like Altuve is an athlete. People forget. Like, granted, he's been here for 20 years, but I just he can go be an athlete. So I'm not scared of him in left field. I mean, is there gonna be bumps and bruises along the way? Yeah. Is there gonna be misplayed balls? 100%. Am I worried about Jake Myers running down a ball from 200 feet away and making a sick play, but also taking Altuve? 100%. But Altuve's going to be able to make plays because he's an athlete. I think we got accustomed to just seeing him at second base and not realizing how good of an athlete Jose Altuve is.
Yeah.
Like, everyone talks about his height and size and all that. Why do you think that it's just not he can hit? Like, he's a gifted, natural, God-given athlete. So to him being left field, and I think the biggest thing is just keeping him engaged out there. It gets boring in the field. It gets so boring in the infield.
Fingernails are gonna be.
Oh, they're already gone. Yeah. It already gets boring in the infield. It gets 1,000 times boring in the outfield. Like,
he really needs to pick up seeds or something. Like,
I don't know. We get him what is it, the Chinook seedery?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Get him a deal out there. It just gives, especially a year two skipper, more paths to success.
Yeah,
I think we saw it last year. It felt at times with the Jose Abreu scenario, you just had one arm tied behind your back, and you were falling out of the sky.
Yeah,
and you were like, hey, you got to make this airplane work or everyone dies. And you're like, well, I have one hand tied behind my back. Like, how am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
This year is like, hey, Skip, you have all these tools.
Yeah.
You have all these supplies.
You have extra wings.
You can
extra engines.
You can build an airplane while you're not falling out of the sky, because you're not starting 5-20.
Yeah.
Hopefully, knock on wood. If the Astros start 5-20, I'll walk into the goal for Mexico. I don't know.
Let's get to some.
I can't do that again.
Something here. 1 from 1 to 10 level of concern with Altuve in left field. I'm a 5.
2.
Yeah. I'd probably be lower, but right now, until I see more, I'm just kind of like whatever the middle is. Like, I haven't seen enough to be concerned. I haven't seen him do any crazy plays where I'm thinking he's going to be great out there either. So,
you know what's going to happen, right? He's going to he's going to catch the final out in left field in the World Series.
Oh yeah.
Like, poetically, like, if the baseball gods truly love Jose Altuve, like I think they do, he's going to make the final out, just camped underneath the ball.
Currently, it's February 14th, 2025. I just want to make that noted for this clip. We'll see. I
don't know, Jeb. I don't know.
Altuve, Dubon, Smith start different positions every other game. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be that kind of season, I think.
Yeah, don't fall in love with the lineup.
Yeah, I think 1 through 9 batting order is going to be pretty consistent. I think it's going to be your 1 through 6 is going to be pretty consistent, and then your 7, 8, 9 is just who's playing those positions that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, hate on Chaz and Myers has to stop. Outfield will be fine with both in charge. I am not that fully on it'll be fine, but I do think there's a lot of overhate.
Yeah, Indy's right. It's March 14th. It's not February.
Yeah, why did I say February?
I just let you go like with that.
Yeah, you didn't stop me.
Yeah, it's March.
I don't know. Numbers, math, calendar. Sandlot rules, everybody plays everywhere. I mean, that's kind of the Sandlot Astros this year.
Yeah, Sandlot Stros, baby.
Sandlot. Oh, I kind of like that.
Sandlot Stros. Put on a shirt.
Put on a shirt.
Put on a shirt.
Hey.
Speaking of, teaser. Teaser. Actually, not a teaser. The reason why the third chair, that's my coffee. That was my coffee. That was my coffee.
Oh, see what you did, iHeartMedia.
Not only do you owe me a co-host, you also owe me a freaking coffee. That's everywhere in the office.
That's great.
Speaking of, there's your clip.
Yeah.
So Brian, the cadence for the show is going to be 3 times a week in season, with Friday always being the live show. The catch 22 that we found out this morning that we're still trying to figure out is B Lima 790 cannot be on any Apollo live show until January 1st, 2026, because apparently iHeart, big media, big corporations will refuse or classify it to his non-compete.
Yeah.
We did, however, work that he can be on sanctioned podcasts of all topics throughout the year, which he will be on the other 2 of the week, but he will not be on Friday live shows, apparently.
Yeah.
We are working on stuff behind the scenes, but we just literally found out.
Yeah, who's supposed to be here today?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So working through that, another fire, but
it really smells like coffee in here.
It does smell like a lot of coffee. There's just a lot of espresso everywhere.
Right on the turf.
On the turf. That's gonna smell like espresso for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that will be the cadence. Brian will be on the shows for 66% of the time.
Yeah, we might have some guest appearances from Ryan Limala.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But
we might have him like send in messages.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we're figuring it out. But that is why he's not here today. I know last episode we said he'd be here, but we're just mapping out. We're just trying to figure it out. Just trying to figure all that shit out. But we're fine. We're good.
Opening
day. The City Connect unis.
It's not out yet.
Not out yet.
Yeah,
but I hope they're cream and they're not white, even though I'm hearing that they're white. Don't like that.
Yeah,
like that. But yeah.
Breakout game today. You want to read the?
I do have it.
The lineup.
I do have the lineup for the breakout.
I'm a little excited for that. I'm probably just going to turn that on as soon as we're done.
Starts at 105. They are rolling a lineup out. Bryce Matthews, shortstop.
Okay.
Cam Smith, third base.
Okay.
Jacob Melton, center field. My man, Luis Baez, left field.
Oh, Luis is in there? I'm excited to see
that. I need Luis Baez just to get fucking focused and just go out and take a spot. That dude looks like baby Miggy.
I've been wanting to see like HD 4K at bats from him.
He feels like a ghost.
Every time I see him, it's some like grainy footage.
Yes.
Rookie ball.
Yeah, it's like finding Bigfoot. It's like finding Luis Baez, and you're just out in Fayetteville hitting rockets. Walker Yannick behind the dish. Kenny Gomez in right field. Joseph Sullivan DHing. Austin Deming at first. Chase Jaworski at second, and Miguel Uwala.
Ooh,
on the bump.
I'm really excited to see Yannick. Oh, I'm really watch this game. It's on TV. Right?
It will be live on Astros.com, delayed on MLB Network, and on the airwaves on Sports Talk 790.
What does delayed on MLB Network?
I mean, it probably means when it's live, it just comes on another time.
But it'll be on Astros.com video.
Yeah,
right?
live.
Okay.
Yeah,
right, we're watching that.
So
shit.
Interesting enough.
Might just live stream react to that maybe. I don't know.
Interesting enough. I excited to see. I think 1 through 5 solid.
Really solid.
Bryce, Cam, Melton, Baez, Walker.
I wish they kind of scattered them a little bit. Like I'd like to see that lineup face an actual MLB pitcher. You know what I mean? Like we had our breakout game, but the other team is playing their regular, just to see the competition a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But I get why it's like our best prospects against your best prospects. Cam Smith equals dog. How much of a delay is considered live? I was thinking about that for Brian. Like we try and do a delay of like 2 minutes or something. Like it's not live. It's
Yeah, I think.
but I don't. We got to be careful with.
Yeah, with non-competes and
Yeah.
big.
We might just like pre-record it and then immediately push it live or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we're gonna
figure it out.
figure it out. We're gonna figure it
We'll
out.
figure out a way for him to still be able to interact with, because I mean that's why we like doing the lives, because we have a regular podcast. Obviously, we get comments, all that stuff. But the reason we do lives is just to be able to interact with y'all live and
100%.
talk about like what happened last night or what game is going on today.
And I think the other side too with the lives is like just kind of allows us on the content side, like pulling the curtain back, like it's a breath of fresh air every Friday. Like when it's August 1st and we're recording a pod on a West Coast swing, you're just like, when will the Astros be home? Like I'm just like, what are we doing? But like the Friday live shows bring so much energy and so much juice. Like it's fun. So it is very Apollo way that we're upping the cadence of Beyond the Diamond. We're doing all this other stuff, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, no, you can't.
we were so looking for it. We've known he was leaving 790 for a bit, and so we were like excited about like, oh, we're gonna get more time with Brian. We're gonna have Brian in the studio more often. We're gonna get to
Dad's finally coming home with the milk.
Yeah. And he rips
it just rips it. Not even, but golly. It's all right. We're gonna figure it out.
That's right.
New Apollo gear is dropping with the new City Connects. I think we're gonna drop it.
It's gonna drop.
It's gonna drop after them. It's gonna drop.
Yeah. We'll let them get their shine.
I think we're dropping opening day week.
Yes, I haven't nailed the exact day, but they will be available somewhere in the city on opening day to come by in person. I'll say that. That's the plan.
Here?
What?
What'd you say?
Somewhere in the city.
Oh, I thought you said our office.
No. Calm down.
Need up security.
No. Yes, and they are big boy friendly for sure.
They are.
Where do y'all watch the games? Fubo, It's usually what we do on Space City Home Network.
I watch the games at Big City Wings.
Oh, well, I assume they meant like online, but you're right. They probably meant like in person.
I watched the game. Watched the game at Big City Wings. Houston's we enjoy it. Paul's we enjoy it.
Texas has right to work state. Non-competes don't hold it well in court. Hey.
Yeah.
I am not going to try and lawyer up against iHeartMedia, but
I'm tired of lawyer fees. I'm tired. I'm so tired of lawyer fees.
Brian is back. Can't wait to be known as Caesar around the studio.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. No, it's going to be fun. We have a lot of content planned throughout the year, a lot of daily stuff. Anything y'all want to see as well, content-wise, let us know. We can workshop and see how creative we can get. I've kind of been stuck. I've been trying to just write out everything, brain dump, and I think I'm just going to have to lock myself in one of these offices and take 2 Eddies and Josh, come get me in 18 hours. We'll have content that we'll have to decipher, but
I meant online. Hey, thank you. I was right.
Oh,
but happy to test.
Thank you, Andrew. Online, yeah, and I think our plan content wise is we're gonna at least average one live show, like one watch party on.
I'm considering doing one today for the breakout game. If y'all want to come back around 1:30.
Do you want to?
Think about it. Now that we're not doing, Brian's not here. We're not doing other stuff.
We can shoot the commercial.
I'm really excited to watch it. I'll probably sit here and watch it anyways. And if people are interested in hanging out, putting twos in chat, we might do it for a little bit. Maybe not the whole game.
Yeah, watch a few innings.
Thoughts on DeZenzo landing a starting spot? What's the lineup around him? Altuve second, DeZenzo left field, Cam McCormick right field. I
think Dez is splitting with John at first. If Walker's not
he plays
available,
at least the beginning of the year, plays more first, and then like we keep talking about versatility. If he shows that his bat plays and he can be versatile, playing a solid first base, solid outfield, it really is going to be up to what Dana Brown and Joe and front office, what positions they think that they need more depth at. And if that's first base, then DeZenzo starting. If that's third/second, then Cam might make the team. Like,
I think Dez. Oh my!
did you just knock it down again?
No,
Oh,
phone
okay.
fell. We're good. I thought I hit it again. I think in the fans' eyes and all of our eyes, like it's like Cam's fighting for a spot. I really think it's DeZenzo's spot
Yeah.
that is not up for grabs. I think DeZenzo, if Walker's on the IL, DeZenzo's on the team because he's platooning at first with John, and he gives you flexibility in left field. Now, Walker's fine for opening day, and he's playing. John's at first with him. That bench spot, like now, do you go, hey, DeZenzo, you're getting big league paychecks, but you're not playing? Like, do you, or as an
Yeah.
organization, you're like, hey,
Do we
you're
want
gonna go to Sugar Land, you're playing every day, you're cross training, and you're getting your at bats. I feel like that's kind of where the Astros are going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place because you
Yeah.
want these guys to develop. But
we've been saying how competitive this spring is. They have the most like actual decisions to make at the end of this spring than they have in a while.
and there's a scenario like, do you carry like Salazar playing his ass off and he's the odd man out because
He
you
keeps being
can't,
odd man
yeah.
out, unfortunately.
And like last year, you'd be like, oh, we carry 3 catchers, but you're not going to carry 3 catchers this year because you have so much flexibility with all these different guys that can play many parts. Like, I don't know. You're gonna have. I think Brendan Rodgers is gonna get that last infield spot.
So. I think you might.
I
think after all this talk, yeah, go ahead.
Because you're gonna run 4 outfielders, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna run Altuve, Myers, Chaz, Gamble, with Dubon giving you flexibility of playing out there. So Campbell's a bench spot. Carantini is a bench spot. Those two are locked in.
Well, Dubon, I guess.
Dubon starting second.
Yeah.
So your platoon for second, whether it's Rodgers or Guillermo. So I'm thinking Rodgers. Let's just say one of those right there.
Yeah.
So that 4th spot is Singleton, or DeZenzo, or Smith.
Yeah, it's going to be Singleton,
and it's going to probably be John. He gives you a left-handed bat.
I think after all this talk, I think probably DeZenzo and Cam Smith are both starting in AAA. Unless Walker is not on the lineup.
I think that's the biggest.
If Walker's in the lineup, then DeZenzo and Cam Smith are both in AAA. But I think Singleton's spot is DeZenzo. If Singleton struggles, we might see a farewell there. And then the second base issue affects when Cam Smith comes up. So is this, let me ask this, is this sneakily the highest depth floor the Astros have had offensively this whole run? Because they've had very strong 1 through 9s before. They've had very strong 1 through 6s with like some stuff there. But I feel like there's been whole seasons where there's like a bench spot or 2 that just like don't even play. But I feel like the depth, the floor on this team and the bench is going to be more utilized than it's been in years. Like we're not going to be going.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, in 22, I would say maybe because you had Myers and Siri for a bit, you had Dubon and Diaz, you had Mancini, Vasquez, Castro, but he got hurt. Yeah, I would say this is the most athletic floor.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know. It's just, athletic floor.
It's really versatile.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot. This year is the first year where there's bench guys where I'm like actually excited when they get a start. If that makes sense. Like in the past, it'd be like, fuck, they're starting him. Like our main starter has a day off. Like, damn it, we're gonna fucking lose today. This year, it's gonna be the first year where I'm like, oh, sick, DeZenzo's starting. Like, let's see how he does. Obviously, that'll change throughout the year if a guy's struggling and they're like, fuck, he's starting. Like, damn it, I don't want to see him hit. But I'm optimistic about this bench and bench depth in AAA as well.
I do think Skip is really good at deploying the right guy in the right moment. I think we saw it last year when he was just. It felt like Espada hit blackjack on every Carantini pinch hit at bat, and now you're giving him 4 to 5 weapons off the bench. Like
Yep.
it gives Joe, I think maybe 2 to 3 more points of win probability that you probably didn't have in years past. And I'm not. I also think like the days of like 1 through 9 is posted on the locker room, and that's what you expect for 140 games, like in the sense of the same guy playing each position, like you said. Like I think it's a breath of fresh air. We're going to see. Oh shit, Altuve's like playing second today, and Dubon's in center field, and Chaz is in left, and the big guy's in left, and Chaz is in right, or whatever it is. I just feel like the more percentage points of win probability you can get helps you get the bye in the American League.
I'm trying to look it up. I wish I could find the number, but I guarantee you, whatever the number is of double switches that the Astros have done in the past few years,
It's gonna be
blown out of the water this season.
Ooh, you know what will be a good, and we can't calculate it on air right now, but we'll have to do it behind the scenes. Is just go calculate the bench war of every single. I mean, not of the last decade, but then we can compare. Hey, is this bench
we can actually
war?
quantify
Yeah, you can quantify that. Yeah.
Depth equals we won't feel like an injury is the end of the season. That's nice. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That's a great way to convey how I'm feeling. Like, obviously it would fucking suck if one of our main guys gets hurt, but I feel like there's a stronger sum of the parts, like we keep saying, that one individual injury doesn't derail the season, doesn't mean like, oh fuck, we're about to go 4-11 over the stretch. Like I feel like there's people that can contribute. There's prospects that are at the cusp of being ready, that if we had to throw in a Cam Smith in June, I would be like, okay, I think he can play well enough to contribute and not be a detriment to the team.
Yeah, and I mean, you're seeing it kind of just on the pitching side. You saw last year there wasn't a lot of depth. You had to call up a lot of young guys, and then you fast forward a year. Spencer Arrighetti's is a staple in the staff. Blanco's a staple on the rotation. I mean, granted, he's coming back from injury, but JP France ate a lot of innings.
Yeah.
Like he's a guy that if hey JP, go get us 5 innings. Like I'm just like, hell yeah, brother. Like yeah, we maybe have to put up a little more runs, but I expect JP to go get 5 innings. So, and also the point where like you just see kind of, it feels like you're just on this streak on the craps table where you're just like, man, how can I keep rolling? Like Dubon getting all that run when Altuve got hurt only made him better now. You're just seeing all these little things that were mountains that are now molehills, and you're just like, hey, actually, there's a lot of growth from that. You saw it with Hunter Brown, you saw it with Spencer, you see a block, like, so it's like kind of all coming together for this. Like, that's why I'm just so bullish on. I don't know why I'm bullish.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be bullish. I sat there and watched the Detroit Tigers beat the Houston Astros at home in the playoffs, sweep them, and I left disgusted. I left just like, this is not the team I've been watching. And for moves to be made this offseason the way they were made, and now we're sitting 13 days before opening day, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm bullish. I don't know why. I don't know why. I must be losing my mind.
I feel the same way. It's weird. I think it's a lot of like what you're saying about the younger guys or the bench players on this team, the day players or whatever. They have, this is kind of their mature year for a lot of them. This is kind of their breakout. Like it's the things that the indicators you see in a player that kind of makes you think they might have a breakout season. There's a lot of those on this team. There's even, I would say, potentially a Jake Myers breakout season that could come. There's potentially a Dubon, breakout season that could come. There's a few guys that you're like, they've been working for a while and they've had some struggles, and they have a chance that they could break out this season.
I will say this. I love me some Jake Myers. I think he plays very elite defense, and whatever offense you get out, it's found money. The 2021 Jake Myers, you hope offensively walks through the door, but you've been saying that for years. The one thing that people don't know is that there's this little rake right here off screen that Josh brought to Spindle Tap Brewery. Actually, can G Money, can you get that?
The rake.
Oh, the rake behind you. Thank you. This cursed artifact, Joshua brought to Spindle Tap Brewery in 2021. Game 4 of the ALDS.
One of our first watch parties.
One of the very first watch parties we were allowed to do from social distancing and with mask. It's a different time, kids. Story time. He brought this, and then Jake Myers, who was having an outstanding year.
I saw it at Walmart. I thought it was a fun prop.
His shoulder blew up and has never been right offensively since. So this man with the rake in his hand is going to be making a live sacrifice of said rake at an undisclosed location, and the Jake Myers offense is going to
I don't know
research.
what we're gonna do.
We know exactly what we're doing. We just can't say it out loud.
Well,
because it may stop
the
I-45 expansion.
I'm thinking of other things that we can maybe do live on camera, or maybe it'll just be a video.
It's gonna be a video. It's gonna be literally a time capsule that we are gonna be all long gone and dead. That they will find centuries and thousands of years from now, and they're gonna find that somewhere by the I-45 expansion.
all that mystery.
So they don't know where. It's gonna be, but it's gonna be content that he has to do, and he hates being on content. We're forcing him to because he was the one that brought it to the watch party and has never been right since. So,
Jake Myers, 20 home run, 800 OPS season incoming.
Clip it. Put on a shirt. Oh,
great back scratchers. People are using
people have been using.
I never even thought.
We've had that for 4 years, and we've never used it as a back scratcher.
It's just sat over.
Just sat there. It's a curse art. It's like that. What's that scary movie with the doll, Annabelle? It's like that. That's frightening.
Jake was hitting well because people had not seen him enough. It's not his injury.
I think it was an injury. When you tear a labrum, you're just not. It honestly,
it's a combination. It's an injury, and then also like you're coming back and relearn. Like, anytime you take that much time off, it takes a bit. But
to even make it back post labrum surgery, and to make it back to the big leagues and play, it's harder than Tommy John. It's harder than any injury outside of like getting hit in the head or something like crazy.
Freak accident.
It's not like a knee. A torn labrum is the worst thing, and so for him to even get back is crazy. But two, like it sucks because he was a 761 OPS, batting 260. OPS plus of 107, which is league average, right? But you take that with elite defense in center field. So on our end, we're doing everything we can to get back there. And it starts with Josh doing content and bearing or blowing up or whatever. I don't even like to say blowing up on YouTube. Yeah. Whatever it takes to get this Annabelle doll rake that Josh decided to bring to that watch party at Spindle Tap in 2021.
We'll get rid of it. And then where we're going to go right after we film that piece of content.
Jake Myers was batting 375 in the playoffs before you brought that rake out, dude.
Okay.
I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. Yeah, but I'm excited. We're almost through spring training. This is the bit where you're just kind of like get to St. Patrick's Day, get through spring break, and then you're home. So
watch a spring breakout game.
Yeah, we're gonna end the show early. We'll be back on to watch the spring breakout.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. But shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. March Madness is happening as we speak. Conference tournaments are going on. Go watch if you're in the greater Houston area. Sam just announced that they're opening, or they're finally putting the final touches on the Cypress location. I think that puts them at 14 in the greater Houston area. So look at bigcitywings.com or go to their socials to find the nearest Big City Wings to you. And then shout out to Zing Zang. We have the Bloody Mary mix, the Michelada mix, the original margarita mix, and the Bloody Mary ready to drink, and the Blazing version of it as well. Billy behind the stream's been having his Bloody Mary mix ready to drink. They've been fire. He's been saying. And they also have the dill pickle Bloody Mary mix that we don't have in studio, but also get that at your specs or
My
HEB.
fiance Brooklyn keeps asking when we're gonna get.
Oh yeah, we'll get.
She wants some of that.
And it's the weekend too, so get a margarita going. Put a little hot pickles in it, make a little spicy margarita. I think the boys we're gonna get some margs today, and yeah, we get some margs today. So, but yeah, shout out to Big City Wings and Zing Zang. I'm wearing Kobe Stevens. We'll be live with them on April 1st, but also got a Kobe Stevens, and we'll be back live here in a bit for at least the first few innings of the spring breakout game. So thank you everyone for tuning in on the Friday live show. I got to clean up this coffee I spilled, and
we'll see you in like 20 minutes for.
Yeah, we'll see you in 20 minutes. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, subscribe, resubscribe.
Ferrari.
We're on Spotify.
Yeah, we're back on Spotify.
We're back on Spotify.
Not this one, but the pre-recorded.
The pre-recorded pods are back on Spotify. It's been 4 years, 3 years, 2022. For some reason, Spotify locked us out for like 3 years, so we could not get it. So, tell a friend to tell a friend. Leave a 5-star review, please, on Spotify and on Apple. Someone down the Apple product. Wait. So go like that. Go give some 5-star reviews. All right.
I didn't even know that.
Peace. Love you
Back
guys.
in bed.
See you in a bit. See you in a minute.
Ferrari winning it all.
Love you guys. Watch baseball. 92 wins.